Namaste, soul siblings, glorious morning, happy Friday. We are entering the weekend and we start our practice called BAM Yoga, breathing, asana, and meditation. We start with our first practice of the day, which is life appreciation. In this practice, we breathe using more of the capacity of our lungs than we are used to. And we breathe in celebration for life. We remember that breathing is essential to generate peace inside of us. So we are breathing, nurturing ourselves with peace, with divine nurturing, love, grace. And we give thanks for life. We appreciate that life presents us with the darkness and the light, and also with the gift of free will, so we might choose whether we want to stand for the darkness or for the light. We choose to engage consciously with ourselves, with our life situations, and with other life formations around us. Thank you, life, for the whole of life. Thank you, life, for my life. There are three levels of life that we engage with and appreciate deeply, honestly, authentically. The life that God created is the first one. Second one is the life that you create for yourself through your own choices. Third, the life that you are. Every building block in your system is a living entity. So each one of them is breathing with you. Look around you and appreciate life in all its forms and your ability to experience this life. Far beyond than whatever goes on, happens, or doesn't happen that we wish it would happen. There is the ability that we have to be there. With the capacity to experience, to see, to hear, to feel, to move, to choose. That by itself is such a great gift. When we allow ourselves to engage with those aspects of life, we feel so abundant, so free, so inspired, so happy. So we use our free will to look at those things. Thank you, life, for the whole of life, for all the beauty around us. Beautiful forms, beautiful colors, beautiful expressions of life. Teach and train yourself to find perfect comfort in breathing more richly, more slowly. Teach and train yourself to find perfect comfort in being you in face of life. Thank you, life, for the whole of life. I thank myself for my life. And I thank the Divine for the living building blocks that make the whole of me. I thank each one of the cells in my body for doing their work properly. I thank the organs in my body for executing their functions so gracefully. Thank you to each part of myself. I really appreciate all the functions of my body, of my system, all the abilities that I'm endowed with. This life is phenomenal and we celebrate. Fantastic. Let's move on to the second section of the practice. This is called focus breathing. We use a technique called Ujjayi breath, and we breathe using the full capacity of our lungs, both on inhale and exhale. And here we're breathing only through the nose, making a sound at the back of the throat. It goes something like this. We start exhaling, blowing all the air out. Then softly inhale. Pace yourself and teach yourself to breathe slowly, feeling comfortable. Let go of the planning mind, the remembering mind, the habit of the body of be doing something, the emotions that tend to go to worry, anxiety, stress, and instead create a smooth pace for your breath, one that makes you feel that you are swaying with life, in harmony with it. Make it a purpose and stay present, breathing using the full capacity of your lungs. We are not used to breathing in this way in our day-to-day, so it takes your attention, your presence, your effort. Give them to yourself. Breathe in joy, in peace, in grace, in freedom. Breathe in celebration to be you. Forget everything else. Realize at this moment you're by yourself, dedicating time to yourself, embracing yourself, blessing yourself, nurturing yourself. Celebrate spending this time with you, for you. Be the main source in your life. for love to yourself. Love yourself abundantly, freely, unconditionally. Breathe in celebration for life. Isabel, bendiciones. Respiramos juntos, celebrando la vida, usando la capacidad total de nuestros pulmones. Utilizamos este tiempo para generar energías dentro de nosotros que nos hacen sentir bien, conectados con la vida, con el amor, con la gracia divina, con la paz, con la creatividad, la inspiración. Somos creadores y activamos nuestra conciencia creativa para interactuar en el resto de este día. We are creators and we activate our creative power to interact with the whole of life in this day. Beautiful. Now we move on to the third section of the breathing practice. We breathe using the full capacity of the lungs and we move the body in perfect harmony with the flow of the breath. Let's stay present. Let's start with the palms together in front of the heart, exhaling. Blow all the air out. As you begin to inhale, the arms come up. Reach up high, lengthen the spine. As you begin to exhale, arms open to the sides and come down. Expand your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now to the sides. Every exhale, lean to the side, stretch the side of your body. Make it feel good for you. Other side. Simple movements, perfectly coordinated with the flow of the breath. Next exhale, lean forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Next exhale, arms down behind your back, fingers point forward, feet flat. Next inhale, hips up, head back. Move with your breath, stretch the body. Feel the practice. Move slowly, breathe richly. Turn over to your knees and hands. Curve the spine up, look towards your belly button. Exhaling, belly down, look forward and up. Breathe richly, move gracefully. Next exhale, bring the spine to neutral, shift the left hand to the center, and inhaling, right arm up. Switch hands, move with your breath. Flow with life in grace, in beauty. Expand the heart. Expand the length of your breath, regulating the speed at which you breathe. One more time on each side. Both hands in front of you. Shift your hips back, forehead down, child's pose. Inhale, knees and hands. Exhale, child's pose. One more time. Child's pose is a hip opener, so release tension from your hips. Inhale, come up. And now go further forward, extending your legs behind you, lifting the heart, looking up. Cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, cobra. And your exhale, hips up in the air, downward dog. Bend one knee, then the other, twist your hips. Lengthen your spine. Stretch the muscles behind your legs or on the back of your legs. Gently press the heart towards the toes, the heels towards the mat. Release tension from the neck, moving the head no and yes. And with your next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Inhale, come up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Great. breathing section of our BAM yoga completed. Now we move on to asana section. Feet together, arms down. We start with the sun salutation practice. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, reach for toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. Cobra. Downward dog with your exhale. 5 breaths in downward dog. Do your variations. Feel good. Stimulating your body. Breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. Next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. One more, sun salutation A. Five breaths, downward dog. Next inhale, look forward, feet between hands. Beautiful. Sun salutation B is next. Bend the knees, inhale, arms up. Exhaling, legs straight, reach for your toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bottom of the push-up, slowly. Elbows close to your ribs. Cobra. Downward dog. Next inhale, left foot forward, arms up, warrior one. Exhaling, bottom of the push-up. Cobra, inhaling. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Next inhale, right foot forward, arms up. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths. Use the full capacity of your lungs and make your body feel good. If you need to take a break, go for child's pose. Next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Legs straight, arms down. Shake it off. Now, second round of Sun Salutation B. See if you can go on your own. Arriving in downward facing dog, we do 5 breaths. Inhale, look forward, feet between hands. Awesome. Shake it off. And next we move on to the wrist therapy. Come to your knees and hands, fingers point forward. And then one hand at a time, we point the fingers back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Keep the back part, palms flat on the mat. Bring the heels back, keeping the palms flat. Feel the stimulation, the stretching on your forearms, your wrists. Make it feel good for you. Then turn your palms up, fingers pointing each other. Your waist back towards your heels and slowly bring the weight forward, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. If it hurts, then lean back because probably it's too much weight. So develop the strength little by little, and as you exhale, make fists. Sit on your heels and shake your hands, your wrists. That direction, then this direction, then in circles, both directions. Fingertips together, press, stimulating the joints in your fingers, promoting healthy circulation in your hands. Open the hands wide, make fists tight. Great, shake. Next will be pigeon pose. Hands flat on the mat. Bring your left knee forward and extend your right leg behind you. So it would look on the side like this. One knee forward, the other leg extended behind you. And sway gently left and right. Release tension from your hips, contraction, tightness. Over time, we aim that the lower leg is perpendicular to the body. So little by little, take yourself there. Keep swaying, releasing, contraction in the hip area. If you like, bring the elbows down, and eventually everything comes down. Slowly bring the torso up, stuff the toes into the mat, lift your hips off the ground, and then release the front knee. Move slowly, take good care of your knees, come to downward dog for a moment, stretching and preparing yourself to do the other side. Opposite knee comes forward, the other leg extends to the back, and sway gently left and right. Release tension from the hips. Lower leg aims to be perpendicular to the body, so we adjust. Continue to sway, release. Contraction, tension, stiffness, hardness inside. We let it go. Sweetly breathing it out. Elbows down if your body allows. And eventually everything down. Slowly help yourself up. Stuff the toes on the back foot into the mat. Hips off the ground. Release the front leg. Softly. Downward dog. Awesome. Now we move to shoulder stand. In this practice, we use repetition to break habits, to build over the practice, the practice over time, and also as a tool to stay present. When we know what we're doing, we can focus on what we're doing, but usually what the mind does is it learns to do something, and then it travels far away to other places while the body is doing whatever it's doing. There's no integration in doing that, in that approach of life. So here we are practicing through the repeated sequence. We are practicing staying present with whatever we are doing and paying attention to what's happening inside. So invite yourself to do that. Next is shoulder stand. Ladies, if you are in your moon cycle, please do not do shoulder stand. Instead, you can do Viparita Karani. This is it. Legs up the wall pose or legs up in the air pose. You can stay here for about 15 breaths. And if you are doing shoulder stand, feet come off the ground, then the hips, hands to the lower back. Elbows come closer together, shoulders come closer together, hips off the ground, torso off the ground, legs up in the air. Breathe slowly, richly. Use the full capacity of your lungs. Stay with yourself.
Don't let the mind wander off and stay lost. Bring it back to this moment. Bring it back to the practice. On the exhale, lower your feet overhead. Arms extended. If you like, you can interlace the fingers behind your back and extend the arms. Toes point towards your head and heels away from your head. This helps you go deeper in the pose. Every exhale goes slightly deeper. Now point your toes away from your head, and this will invite you to go even deeper. If there is some resistance coming from fear of the neck being involved in this posture, breathe in a way that makes you feel confident about yourself, knowing also that your body is 70% water, so you're naturally flexible. Release the tension and the contraction inside and welcome your natural flexibility. With your exhale, slowly come out of the posture. One vertebrae at the time on your mat. No rush. Next is fish. Legs extended, feet together, toes point away from the head, elbows down, palms down. Lift the heart, tilt the head back, and rest the crown of the head on the mat. This is fish pose, Matsyasana. Lift the heart towards the heavens, arch your back. Optional, you can bring the legs and the arms off the ground. Still, the action of lifting the heart removes the weight off your neck. With your exhale, release. Gently curl the knees into the heart. Sway left and right softly. Roll over the side of your body and come to seated. We take a moment now to give thanks to all the masters and sages that came before us and left the practice of yoga for us to do today. Such a great legacy that we embrace and celebrate. So if you like, you can repeat with me. Parama Rishipyo Namaha. Parama Rishipyo Namaha. Acharya Devo Baba. Acharya Devo Baba. Thank you. Next will be Shavasana. Lay on your back. Separate the feet the width of your mat. Arms by your sides, palms face up. Inhale deep through your nose. And exhale long through your mouth, sticking the tongue out and making a sigh. Let your body melt on the mat. Inhale. Roll the eyeballs in all directions. One more time. Now come to your usual breathing pattern and choose to stay awake and aware even if your body falls asleep.
Don't use this time to plan for the rest of your day or engage with the past. Stay present. At this stage, your body is incorporating, integrating all the practice that we have done so far. Feel the energies shifting inside you. Become aware and appreciate the magnificence that you are. Let each cell in your body celebrate, smiling, pulsating joy inside of you. If you find there's nothing to think about, awesome. That is the purpose of this moment. We are not engaging in thinking or doing or feeling. We are engaging in being. Be peace, be grace, be beauty. And as you feel ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes, your ankles and your wrists, your knees and your elbows. Hug your knees and sway left and right. Eventually roll over one side and help yourself up to seated. Now we enter the last section of our practice, meditation. Find a comfortable seated posture. You can sit on your mat, a chair, your couch. Make it comfortable so the body is not complaining. Close your eyes, open your heart. And if you like, I invite you to engage once again in Ujjayi breath. Breathe through your nose using the full capacity of your lungs, breathing slowly and softly, richly, freely. This is not a time for philosophical thinking or for putting together the rest of the day or to travel in the past and get immersed in what already happened. Even though we have those options and much more, we choose simply to stay here and now. To seal the lips and stay quiet is fairly easy. But to keep silence inside is more of a challenge. Still possible, and definitely possible for you. Aim for that in this practice today. As you observe inside, you will notice that even though you may not choose to, thoughts come into your head, and you may wonder where these thoughts are coming from. Most of them are coming from the collective consciousness, the thoughts from everybody everywhere that are being cast out into the universe, creating a big mesh of thought frequencies. We also feed that mesh, and we also can access the mesh. So many times we are perceiving, we're getting in our heads thoughts that are coming from the collective consciousness. Instead of identifying with the thoughts, whether they come from the collective consciousness or from yourself, choose to watch them and notice that between one thought and the next, there is a silent gap. Instead of focusing on what the thoughts are about, focus on the silence gap. And by giving it your attention, you allow it to expand. So the silence between thoughts gets bigger and bigger. Stay in the silence. If another thought comes, watch it. Don't push it, don't pull it, don't label it, don't judge it. And notice that after that thought, perhaps there is a silence. There is no more thought. Stay with the silence. Let go of the thought. Stay with the silence. Be the silence. Be peace. Don't resist the thoughts that come. It doesn't matter if they are coming in great quantities or small quantities. Take the simplest route. Simply watch. Eventually you notice that the silence between thoughts gets bigger and bigger, and even though you're awake and aware, the insides are totally peaceful, quiet, serene, sublime. Stay there. Be that. To engage with your life constantly thinking limits your experience. Even though thinking is such a great tool, it's also a very limiting tool. When the mind is not stretched enough, then it is limited, and we enable ourselves to see a very small portion of life. Doing these practices to connect with the soul, to do meditation, deep breathing, consciously engaging with life, allows us to develop more quietness inside. And instead of dealing with life from the intellect or intelligence, logic and reasoning of the mind, we connect with the wisdom of the soul. It is a different source of information within, more vast, more trustworthy, more free. Knowing this, invite yourself to connect with the silence, allowing your soul to speak. The soul speaks in terms of revelations, which, in my experience, you are being shown a total image, circumstance, approach, idea, without having to engage in logic, reasoning, or arriving to conclusion that this is the best thing for me to do right now. The revelation is spontaneous, and if you allow yourself to follow it, bliss will be with you. It is at least my experience, and therefore I share, inviting you to experience yourself. And once you have your experience, please share with us. What are your findings? What do you see in your insides? How do you work internally? Get to know yourself. We are taught to get education and find jobs, but we are not even invited to find out how we work internally. Jobs may be useful to generate money and produce some comforts in our life, but if we don't know how we work internally, even if we have collected all the money, we may not be able to save our health or our bodies. If our emotions take over our minds, little can we do with money or with our jobs, the labels that we carry. We must know how we work internally in order to re-establish harmony within. This is what we are doing now. Embrace this moment and give yourself fully to the experience. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know, for instance, that you have 5 bodies, not only one. We may perceive them all being intertwined, maybe simulating they are only one. But each one of the 5 bodies is independent. You can test it. The 5 bodies are the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic, and the spiritual. The spiritual is the soul. The energetic is the aura. The emotional is that aspect of yourself that allows you to feel and emote. The mental, the one that you think and reason with. And the physical, that one that allows you to move and have a shape, an individualization of life. Each one gives you a different dimension of experience in life. Pay attention in your insights, get to know each one of these bodies, and choose to call upon your aura or energetic body and your soul or your spiritual body to incorporate with the physical, mental, and emotional and engage them in your day-to-day. Give your soul a voice. Find out what your aura can do for you or what is already doing for you. We share a little bit about that during this class, but if you like to go deeper, send me a message. I'll help you. I have a soul course that can come very handy for you also. Stay quiet inside. focusing continuously during this practice in the space between thoughts, that space of nothingness, silence, peace, eternity. Once you identify the silence between thoughts, focus only on that. And even if the thoughts arrive, you are giving your attention to the silence. There is always a silence. It's easy to perceive it between thoughts, but even underneath the thoughts, the silence is. Find it. Be one with it. Find comfort in that state. Even as you open your eyes, and please open your eyes now, begin to look about you, engaging with life in the same way we were just doing. Keeping the silence within. We don't have to cast away our labels on everything that we see. Instead, we let what we see bless us with its beauty, with its presence. Namaste, Nick. Estamos terminando la práctica ya. Qué alegría conectar siempre contigo. Bendiciones. We look around engaging with all the beauty of life, and we let the beauty within us to come out through our eyes, through our speech, through our hearing, through our touch, through our taste, and touch the world with grace and blessings, with gratitude. This life is magnificent, and we celebrate being alive, being ourselves. Thank you so much for joining. This is Vic, this is BAM Yoga. Today is Friday, so I will be uploading this practice for the weekend, and you can access it by tapping on the link in my bio. The logo in my bio takes you to the daily practice. The link in my bio takes you to the weekend practice. Fantastic. Let's spread the word. Let's create a big community of online practitioners. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy being you. Connect with your soul. And please share with me what's happening in your life with these practices. Namaste. Thank you so much. Love to your heart.